Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Empowering Entrepreneurs Podcast. I'm Glenn Harper.
Julie Smith.
What's going on, Julie? Looking ready for scrapping for a fight today.
I mean, I think when we brought this up, we instantly knew we were aligned, but sometimes we're aligned in a little bit different of a manner.
Who's we?
You and I.
Oh, gotcha. All right.
So I think what we want to discuss today is what decisions or small things are killing businesses today?
Lack of purpose.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as this kind of came up, we're aligned, but again, it falls a little bit different. It's not just the lack of purpose. It's like there's no awareness around where you're going and what you're doing, which I know is purpose, but I often feel like entrepreneurs come in and you always describe it like, okay, we're just going to do this task. You have no idea what your profit is. You have no idea where you're going. You have no idea what your inventory is, if that's something. You have no idea the demand and supply or any of those questions. You don't have the answers, right? You don't know what questions to have.
I think that's part of it. But the problem I think that most entrepreneurs have is the overloading of opportunities and potential of new things they can do.
It's funny you looked right at me when you said
I did not. I was looking over here in the no man's land over here.
I felt
because when you are an entrepreneur and you're in the zone, by rule, you're going to see and attract opportunities. And it's so friggin' hard to stay on point and work through one of those at a time instead of trying to do 50 at once. And that is probably the biggest challenge that I know I face. I know you face that. I know we face that. And everybody else faces that, is that there's more opportunities than there is time in the day to exploit all those. When I say exploit, I mean,
couldn't agree more, but I feel like sometimes those opportunities, you don't have a choice.
Well, you
always have a choice, but I think at some points in time, you don't have a choice.
Well, you have to navigate it because it's something that client will need, and you have to solve that, and you're put back into a corner where there's no other choice.
Something your business needs.
Right, you have to do it, and that's okay too. But it's hard to either like, hey, I just need to put a Band-Aid to solve this little thing so I can continue down this path. I just need to solve this problem versus hold on this and run down the path on this. Then another one comes up and you run down a path on another one. Meanwhile, none of these are getting done. But that's normal for everybody.
He tells me this every day in case you guys are wondering.
I would never. This is public, babe.
But I think a lot of that, I agree with you, but I also think it comes from, again, it's the lack of decision, right? Like it's not maybe making a decision based on A, B, and C. It's a lack of decision. We've talked about it on another podcast about like seeing the end goal and working backwards, right? And I think oftentimes we're just faced with what's right in front of us and having to make decisions based on that rather than, what do you say, take the quiet time to the mountains, where like I'd rather go to the beach, but taking the quiet time to be able to see beyond today, beyond tomorrow, and understanding to be able to make some of those decisions, right, correct?
But that's the whole point. If you can look and say, this is where I'm really going to go, I can't get distracted with all these other things. I have to stay on the path as close as possible. I cannot get off sidetracked and go visit every small town before I get to my destination. And that's the squirrel problem, right? Squirrel. We have to this we're trying to get to. Yeah, that's cool. Grab a couple of nuts and just keep going. You can't fall off and do it. And again, that's just entrepreneurs. We're programmed that way. We look at this opportunity and go like, oh my God, we can make a great margin doing this. And then we jump over there on that and we forgot where we were going. But I think that's probably the biggest problem people have.
So basically, to put a bow on it, you are going to go with purpose, number one.
You have to have a goal of what you're trying to accomplish. Why are we doing this and what are we trying to do to get there? And along the way, you're going to come up with other opportunities, and you have to hey, I just need to take a little piece of this. Let's set that aside. We'll pick that up later after we get to this goal.
So you're saying if you can decide your purpose, number one, you can answer every other question that will allow you to succeed, essentially.
Right. If we're going that way and we have to get to that goal and we're all pulling together to do that, we can't let these things derail us. We identify opportunities and set them over here, and we get to the goal. Then we're like, okay, we just ran the mile. Now we're going to run a 5K. Now we're going to go run a half marathon. We can't be running all of it at the same time. It's impossible. I mean, you can try, but how's that working out for you?
Doing great.
Yeah, exactly. So and again, it's so hard because again, as an entrepreneur, we don't look at a lens of fear, intimidation, being scared of something. Opportunity presents itself. We're like, oh, we got it. Well, you can't have everything. You have to pick and choose. Unfortunately.
I mean, I don't really like that answer.
I agree, but
I
that's
guess
just
we'll
the
go
way
to
it
the
is.
mountains and figure it out.
There you have it. Well, there you have it. There's another edition of the Empowering Entrepreneurs Podcast. I'm Glenn Harper.
Julie Smith.